It was the most virulent, deadly viral outbreak the world had ever seen. When the affliction began to finally relent, 2/3 of the planet's population, 4.2 billion people, were gone. For those left after, the new epidemic was one of moral degradation, survival by any and all means, a pandemic of the inhumane. But small patches of hope sprouted from the fallow ashes of what once was. And for some, our humanity remained the only thing worth fighting for.
Matt! Hey, Matt. Wake up, big guy. Matt, come on, wake up. Hey, Cohen! Wake up! Up and at him, soldier! Matt, come on, wake up! Kate needs you!
Kate,
Wow, you really are a deep sleeper. Oh, this is going to be fun. Matt, don't stop. That feels so nice.
Yeah, it does.
I can't believe we're doing this. This is so wrong.
It's so wrong.
Oh, yeah. That's so good. I just hope Kate doesn't find out.
Kate. Jamie? Jamie, what the hell? What are you doing here? Get out of here!
Your face! Oh my God!
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Real funny. You have no idea what you just started. One day, real soon, I will exact my vengeance, and it won't be quick, and it won't be easily forgotten. Mark my words, Nichols. One day, very soon.
Yeah, whatever. Kate asked me to come get you. Apparently, Calhoun needs some help.
All right, fine. I'll be there in a few minutes. Something else I can do for you?
What? I mean, we share an intimate dream moment together, and now I can't see you naked?
Would you get out of here?
Okay, but hurry up. See you soon, lover.
All right, I'm here. What's going on?
Calhoun's on the line, and he's pretty worked up. Says he needs our help to run off some crop thieves.
Why can't he do it?
He said he's tried, but they keep coming back. He's hoping we'd come down and maybe put the fear of God into them so they won't come around anymore.
Well, seeing as how we're relying on some of that food to get us through winter, it's probably a good idea. What's Warner got to say about all this?
I haven't talked to the council about it yet. I imagine Warner will have a very strong argument against it, though.
Well, so long as we're doing all right for ourselves, he's never going to learn how important people like Calhoun are to us. Man, he needs to understand why we need these people. What will happen if we abandon them?
So how do we go about making that happen?
I'm still working on that. But as it happens, we don't need to convince him today. We just have to get a majority of the council to agree to let us go down and see what's what. Why don't you go prep the council? I'll talk to Calhoun and get the details.
Okay, I'll see you in a bit. Oh, and just one more thing. If you feel that things between us aren't working out, you can tell me.
What? What are you talking about?
I don't want to stand in the way of your happiness. If you really think that you're destined to be with Jamie, then I'll step aside.
Oh, I am going to do such horrible things that are so bad they haven't come up with names for.
I had no idea you were into that sort of thing.
Keep it up, sweetheart.
Yeah, don't take too long.
I swear, if she wasn't so hot. Calhoun, it's Cohen. Come in.
Oh, thank Jeebus. Key to give you the rundown on what's happening? When can I expect you?
I'm not sure yet. You want to tell me what's going on down there?
I got drifters out here stealing from the land. Well, they claim they're missionaries or some such nonsense, but they're becoming a real pain in the old backside. You know how ugly that can be. I caught them red-handed about 5 times in the last month. Now, you know I got no problems helping out my fellow man, right?
Yeah, I know you're a good dude.
Well, I told them my rules, and I said I'd be happy to fix you up with some food and whatnot, but you gotta earn it. Either you help out in the fields or you gotta offer up some trade. I ain't trying to be no hard ass or nothing. I just, I want things to be fair,
Yeah, I get that.
Well, after I laid out my terms, they started going on and on about the wrath of the unseen and the fury of God. But I gotta tell you, it sort of spooked me. So I'd really appreciate if you and Fox come on down here and help me resolve this, because they sure as hell ain't listening to me.
Well, I can... You should know that Fox isn't with us anymore.
He's not. Well, where'd he go? Did you finally run off with that girl who had him all out of sorts?
No, he got sick and, well, he did what he had to do.
Oh my God, man. I'm really sorry. He's a real good man.
Yeah, he was. Listen, I think I can help, but I've got to pitch to the council.
Council? What's all that about? Aren't you calling the shots over there? Oh, hell, I thought you were Fox's second in command. Doesn't his absence make you, El Capitan?
It's a long story, and hopefully I can fill you in when I get there.
I'll make sure I got a few brews waiting. Please, hurry, if you can.
I'll do my best.
I don't care. It's his problem. He should deal with it.
Oh, good. I was afraid I'd miss Warner's irrational rant about looking out for himself.
Why is it I'm the only one here who understands that helping these beggars is a waste of time and resources? Why do I have to continually explain to all of you that we need to worry about ourselves?
Why do we have to keep telling you that we need these people more than they need us?
Honestly, Warner, I've got no idea why you're so against helping out people in need. I mean, I know that we're not swimming in abundance around here, but we're not as bad off as you seem to want everyone to believe. Have you actually forgotten all the goodwill we've gotten from some of these outlying communities?
Not to mention the safety net they provide. What if those freaks who tried to take us on Ross Island find this place? We need someplace to go, someplace safe.
How can you be so sure that they'd take us in? For all we know, they could force us into slave labor or worse.
You really did watch a lot of movies back in the day, didn't you?
Oh, I'm so happy that my concern is funny to you.
I say we vote on it.
I agree. All those in favor of going to help Calhoun? All those opposed? It's decided.
Fine. One of these days, you're going to see that I've been right all along. And I hope we don't lose too many lives before then.
Dramatic much?
Cohen, how do you want to proceed?
I'll take a small group down with me to check things out. My guess is that it's just a family or something looking for food. We'll go down, see what's happening, and hopefully come up with a solution that works for everyone. Shouldn't take too long.
Sounds good. We're adjourned.
Would you mind if I tagged along?
Not at all. Give me 15 minutes to get Wheeler and Casey.
Okay, I just want to check in with Jamie real quick.
Trust me, I think she's fine.
She's getting better, but she's still spending a lot of time on the roof. She told me last night that she's sure it's only a matter of time before he comes back. I don't know. I think she's still in denial.
Can't really blame her for that. I'll see you in a bit.
I still don't see why I couldn't have something a bit bigger. I feel like if I drop this, it'll break. It's a toy, Cohen.
And that's why you have it. I don't need you killing helpless...
How long are you going to hold that over me? Seriously, I did the right thing and you know it. Letting that freak go would have been stupid. And you even said yourself I was right.
Yes, you were right, but it was how you went about it. It wasn't your choice to make, and you could have shot Fox's leg off.
Fine. I'm sorry that I killed the guy you were going to kill anyway. And I'm sorry that I shot that close to one of our own people. Now, can I have a proper gun?
Just as soon as you're able to apologize without the sarcasm.
Whatever.
Uh-oh, someone's pouting because she didn't get to play with her favorite toy.
Just so you know, I don't need a gun to hurt you.
You say the sexiest things. I'm blushing over here.
She does make a good point. I mean, why even bother bringing her along if you're not going to use her properly? You always say she's one of the best shots we have.
Yeah!
Casey is more than just an excellent shot, and if this turns out to be what I'm hoping it is, then I'll need her mechanical expertise.
You still thinking it's some poor family in need?
Could be. I hope it is. All Calhoun said that he was having to run off people stealing from his farm. He never said they were violent or threatening in any way.
That's not like him. Doesn't he usually offer people a chance to work for some food or something?
Usually. He's also pretty open to good trades. From what I gathered, these people were unwilling to do either.
So what's our plan then?
Find them and figure out what their situation is. We can offer them a place with us if they want. If not, hopefully we can find a peaceful arrangement that works for everyone.
And if we can't?
I suppose we'll have to figure that part out when we have to. Hey, look at that. A welcome party.
Hey, there he is! Cohen, it is good to see you, man.
Good to see you, Calhoun.
Oh, bring it in, Katie. Oh, good to see you again, darling. Wheeler, looking rather shaggy there, compadre. Oh, and who is this?
This is Casey.
Casey. What, the Casey? Wow, it is truly an honor to meet you, my lady. Well, come on in the house. We're getting ready to fire up the grill for lunch. Figured you guys might appreciate something other than that canned stew you've been eating. And what would a feast be without a couple cold ones, am I right?
Calhoun, my friend, you never disappoint.
Anytime, every time, my friend. And just remember that when you post your review on Yelp. 5 stars hurt your ass. Maybe, 2 months ago? Yeah, I had some guys walking the perimeter every night since them idiots decided to set up camp just to the north. But after Fox and Wheeler came down, most of their group came on board, which really kind of helped. Anyway, Ken, my top hand, he told me they'd run off a couple of folks who were mucking around out in the field. I didn't worry too much about it because it's happened before. But I don't usually get repeat occurrences, you know. And when it does, I manage to make arrangements. But these knuckle-dragging troglodytes, I don't know. It's like they've been watching my guys and learning their patterns or some such. I started having my boys mix things up, which is how we keep catching them, but they always manage to get away.
So you haven't spoken to them yet?
Now, we had words not too long ago. I told them I don't mind helping them, but they didn't seem all that enthused. Just kept telling me that it was the will of their God and that, that they should take what they need for what was coming. I don't know, man. I got to tell you, it felt weird.
Weird how?
It's hard to explain. It was just, I've dealt with some freaky people before. Some of them can be quite nice. But some spouting religious rhetoric, but this wasn't very brotherly, if you catch my meaning.
Is it always the same couple of trespassers?
Yeah, it seems to be. There's a guy and a girl, and they talked about a fellowship down the way, but, they never said where.
Can I be perfectly honest here? I'm not really seeing how we can help. It sounds like you've run them off a few times now, and they keep coming back. I don't know what you think we can do that you haven't.
He's right. I don't know what it is you want us to do.
We're not gonna go hunting these people like animals.
No. I ain't asking you to do that. I just need you to help me get the message across that they can't just, come and take what ain't theirs. I mean, I can be kind of a, little bit of a pushover, and I think they kind of, picked up on that as well. Now, if they want to help us out, I mean, that's one thing, but otherwise, they just need to move on. I need you guys to kind of be the heavy here.
Okay. I think we can help get the message across to them. Let me talk to your guys and we'll come up with a game plan. In the meantime, it seems only fair we put in a few hours outside to pay for the fine meal you put on for us.
Oh, no. That was just to repay you for making the trip down here. But, if you want a seat at the supper table, then you best get your ass to work.
God, I love it out here. It's so damn peaceful. Wide open space, great big sky overhead. It's almost paradise, I kind of want to find a nice bit of land like this for myself and Abby, somewhere really remote. Maybe close to a river or a lake so I could get in some good fishing. Maybe close to the woods for a bit of hunting. Really live off the land,
You really think you could do that?
I'd love to try. It'd be really serene. And can you imagine how cool it would be to lay out a blanket, get Abby, and just look up at the sky, listen to the crickets, and get naked?
Stop! Just stop. I don't need that mental picture. I'm having enough nightmares as it is.
Things okay with you?
As good as they can be, I guess. Why?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, you've been irritable, moody, distant. I know you got a lot going. But if you want to talk about...
Wheeler, I really appreciate the concern, and maybe when we get back to Homestead we can have a nice little chit-chat, but right now we should focus on what we came here to do, and that really depends on us being quiet.
Yeah. Okay, then.
Stop. You hear that? I think we may have found our uninvited guests.
Time to make introductions.
Stop! Right there! Hands in the air!
Don't move!
Get down on your knees! Hands behind your head!
Matt?
Over here!
We're not armed, friends. We're not a threat.
Well, that's good to know.
Kate! Casey! Over here!
Wow, you found them.
Whoa. I was not expecting this.
Let me guess. You were hoping for a platoon of heavily armed, drunk hillbillies, weren't ya?
Well, imagine the fun we could have had.
You really scare me sometimes.
What are they anyway? Nuns or something?
All right, enough. Let's get these two back to the house so we can have a proper conversation.
I promise you there's nothing sinister going on here. We're simply hungry missionaries.
We mean no harm. We wish only to bring his word.
You're missionaries? From where?
We speak for the children of Eden.
Is that a church?
It's so much more. If you care to listen, we have so much to share with you.
I'm sure you do.
Matt, they're missionaries, not criminals. You don't have to be so rough with them.
Kate, until I know for sure who and what they are, I'm gonna do what I have to do to protect my people.
A true guardian. You would be revered among us for your selflessness.
Uh-huh. Let's go. Okay, I just want to make sure I have this all straight. The two of you represent the children of Eden?
Yes.
And you've been tasked with spreading a message of peace to those who survived the, how did you put it?
The culling.
The great culling.
Right. And where did you say this Eden was?
Eden is all around us, my friend. This world is being transformed into his great garden, and all those who prove worthy and submit to his laws shall be allowed to remain.
And what happens to those who refuse? What will happen to them?
They must be cleansed.
Cleansed how?
By the unseen.
That sounds ominous.
You have nothing to fear from us, friends. We have no ill will towards you or your friends. We simply wish to spread the good word to all those who've survived this terrible event and give them all a chance to come to the light. If you'd be willing, we could tell you what awaits you.
Another time, maybe. Right now, I want to know why you keep stealing from the man who owns the farm after he offered you the chance to earn food. Is stealing frowned upon in your beliefs?
You cannot steal what belongs to all.
The man who raised those crops would disagree.
It is not by man's law which we live, but by his word. Eden provides all we need. We have only but to follow his command. Those who are led by him shall not submit to man's rule.
How is it submitting to rule if you're earning food? Food that others have labored to grow.
The food does not belong to the farmer. If he wished it, he could wipe out the crops easily. The garden's bounty is for all to be shared freely. The farmer will be rewarded for his efforts in aiding the garden's bounty, but it does not belong to him.
Matt, can I talk to you for a minute?
Yeah. Excuse us.
I think we should let them go. I don't think they mean any harm. I mean, sure, they're a little out there, but I don't think they're bad, just dedicated to their beliefs.
No, I get that. But they can't just go around taking what doesn't belong to them.
You're not going to get through to them, not with threats anyway. Their belief is so ingrained, there's nothing you can say or do that's going to make them understand. I think the best we can do is just to get them to move along.
Yeah, you're probably right. But what happens when more of these guys decide to come strolling through? And what about that thing they said about the unseen?
I'm pretty sure they were just talking figuratively, like if you're evil, you'll be punished in the afterlife.
I guess that makes sense. I'm not convinced they're as harmless as you believe them to be. I just have this gut feeling about them.
Is it possible that maybe you feel that way because you don't feel like you solved anything here?
I guess it's possible.
Not every problem we're going to face will need to be solved with violence. Sometimes people are just people.
Well, that was deeply profound. Ow, really?
I'm not a philosopher, okay? I just meant that some problems have really simple solutions. I think these missionaries are good people, and we shouldn't try and find something sinister in their beliefs just because we may not agree.
Okay, you're right. Fox would have found a way to help them, but he also would have found a way to make sure that Calhoun wasn't troubled by them either, so that's what we need to do here. Okay, we're gonna let you go, but we need to ask that you move on. We can appreciate your message, but some people aren't ready to hear it, and these people here, they just want to live their lives. Can you understand that?
We can. It's not a desire to cause disruption. We only wish to.
I know. Spread the word. I just don't want you getting hurt or killed because you take from someone less understanding than Calhoun. You need to be more cautious out there.
Protecting those who are not part of your flock? You have a very kind, stout heart, friend. I do hope our paths cross again.
Breakfast is nearly ready.
Buddy, I barely slept. I don't know if I can get out and pull weeds or...
No, this one's on me. Figured, I'd be kind and send y'all home with some full bellies. Plus, I got a couple of crates of goods for your people.
That's really good of you. Thanks.
Well, it's the least I can do, I don't want to pour salt in the wound here, but we didn't really get a chance to talk yesterday about Fox. He was a good man. A real good man. I know you boys was close. I can't imagine it's been easy on you.
No, it really hasn't. And you know what makes it worse? Is that the world keeps on spinning as if nothing changed. I'm struggling so hard to maintain, and all around me, people are just going on with their lives as if Fox didn't even exist. It's so damn infuriating.
Well, brother, that's the thing about life. It just keeps happening. Don't you think about all the people that we lost from the plague? Millions of people who we never knew and, never would have known. And yet they died and we kept moving forward because we had to. You need to ask yourself what he'd want you to do. It's like my wife said just before she passed. She said, don't waste what time you have left grieving over me. Get off your ass and go find your happiness. And that's how you can honor me.
Sounds like she was an incredibly smart lady.
That she was. So, Katie here tells me you let them drifters go.
Missionaries, not drifters. And I didn't have much of a choice. They're just trying to stay alive out here like everyone else.
Yeah, I thought so too, but still...
I know what you're going to say, Calhoun, and I agree 100%. But those people believe differently. And if we try to start changing people's beliefs to fit our own, then we're not growing. We're not changing anything.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. I mean, what gives any of us a right to push our ideals on other people? We got to find some middle ground.
Exactly. I can't promise you that you've seen the last of them either, but I can tell you they don't mean any harm. And if it's any consolation to you, they're convinced you've got a place reserved in heaven.
Well, I guess I got that going for me. And what about you?
Well, they seem pretty impressed by my warrior skills and the fact that I'm looking out for people. Maybe I got a place in heaven waiting for me too.
Huh. Way I hear it, you're practically living in heaven right now, huh?
What are you?
I think they called that show, I Dream of Jamie.
Damn it, Kate!
Get him, girl.
Homestead, Episode 3, The Mission. Written, directed, and produced by James Robinson. Story by James Robinson, Travis Box, and Danny Hedham. Music by You. Starring Travis Box as Cohen, Summer Shore as Kate, Danny Hedham as Wheeler, CJ Sumner as Casey, Rebecca Gurney as Jamie, Jim Willig as Calhoun, Chris Williams as Warner, Cody Sumner and Alex Sumner as missionaries. Homestead is a Not Another Podcast production.